Hello, welcome to today's message or today's video. I am a little bit under the weather today, but I'll try as much as I can to lighten up. Yes. So today we want to talk about something that has been trending lately. Yes, should I say trending lately because the trend hasn't stopped? Yes. It's about early exposure of children or a child to fame, to the public, the media space, to social media, to social media to gain fame, to gain popularity, to become an influencer. You know, before, one of the ways you bring a child out, to make them famous is through acting. Yes, it's through acting in movies and all of that. Until we had Emanuela in Emanuela's skit, and from that place, we've started to have so many children come into the social media space and get so famous, get so popular, and to the point that we're now having parents who are so desperate. I mean, they really want to push their children out there to go see the world, to go become famous, to go become popular, and without counting the costs. Yes, there are so many advantages and disadvantages to this. Yes, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. So come with me. Let's talk about the difference between exposure and experience for a child actor. So this is about the difference between experience and exposure and experience for children who are in the who are in the media world, who are in on social media as influencers, as maybe child actors, as popular faces, popular people, famous people. There's a lot there is a lot. It's more like two-edged sword. Yes, that's the best way to put it. So there's the positive and there is the negative aspect to this fame that comes with identifying a child's talent from an early age. So today's lesson, I would read now. Today's lesson is for parents who have kids who are famous and those who are working day and night, whether from a place of desperation to make sure their children become famous too. In our world today, it has become so easy to become popular, to become famous. We have the social media that makes this thing easy, and there are endless channels to achieve this this goal of becoming popular. And many parents, so many parents are so desperate to put their children out in the limelight, to put out their children, to show that, okay, my child's got some talent here. Please look here. Please look this way. There's something my child is displaying. Please look at our direction, But there's something they are not paying attention to, as much as they are so desperate to making their child a popular figure, a celebrity, an influencer, a popular person, a famous person. What they are not looking at is the downside. The downside of this, should I say, of this dark path. Yes. So there's a downside of this whole fame, of this whole popularity. There's a dark side to it, a downside to it that they are not paying attention to, because most of them, all they want to do is, although they make it look like they're trying to put out their child to show you how much talent they've got, how much how funny the child is, how creative the child is, but behind all of that facade, there's something else there. And some of them could be the parents projecting their own insecurities, It could also be a parent's desire to exploit their own child. It could also be the parents projecting their projecting themselves, yes, through their kids, wanting to achieve all of those their ideal dreams, ideal desires that they had when they were children, or even unaccomplished goals, unaccomplished dreams. So they would want to take this out, use their children as a medium to achieve this. As a result of these, they do not count the cost properly. They do not, look at the downside of this. They're just all about pushing the child out to get the fame, to get the deals, to sign the deals, to have their face on, popular billboards, have brands sign whatever with their children. That's their own. That's the most important thing to them. They are not looking at the other side, what it would cost their children, what it will cost, the children to, even, should I say the parents? I feel like the parents at that point, they are done living their own lives. Yes, they are done living their own lives. So there's nothing else they can do. We have a child here who is still coming up, who is still trying to find themselves. And it is this child that is being exploited by parents who are desperate. So a child, there's also the place where the parent is most interested in just managing the child's talent or gift, and why not allowing them the liberty to still remain children. Now this is the point here. Many times parents or people who are parents to a famous child, they are more interested in how to manage the child's talent, how to do this, how to do that, forgetting the fact that this person is still a child, this person is still below 18, and they should not be allowed to make decisions. And even if they are allowed to make decisions, these decisions should be properly supervised. Most on the other side, there's also that place of allowing the child to still be a child. I mean, allow them to go play, to go have fun, to go. Although at this point it becomes difficult, because even when they go to playgrounds, they still become celebrities again. They have people coming to them, they have other kids coming to them. Everything is an opportunity to make money. So the child would not go to a recreation center, because when they go there, people will take pictures with the child, and it's going to bring the recreational center to the limelight, and that would be free adverts without pay. This is what they say, and this keeps holding this child back and back and again and again. So a child who becomes popular, obviously as a child, something bad has actually happened to that child, and that's the fact that their childhood has been rounded up. Yes, like their childhood has become more like a carpet that has been just rolled and just put away. The child is now put out on public scrutiny, and then there's a way they're supposed to behave. They have, for a fact, lost their childhood innocence. They are exposed to things they are never supposed to be exposed to, and that's what this does is that it denies the child the opportunity to play, the opportunity to shout, to scream, to dance in the rain, to play with their friends, to scream, because they are busy making appearances, granting interviews, signing deals, and most of all being at events where they do not belong. Yes, being at events. What does a child, what is a child supposed to be doing in a club? What is a child supposed to be doing in a lounge? What is a child supposed to be doing in a concert? I mean, a musical concert, where obviously no child is supposed to be there. Nobody brings their child to a musical concert. So what is a child sitting in all of these gatherings for? Why is the child there? Like, why are you sitting there? Why are you there as a special guest? We could say, okay, but people invited them, someone sent an invitation, they didn't want to turn it down, their faces are already on the billboard that they are going to be in attendance, so they can't just say no. But as a parent who is managing the child, you're supposed to say no to events where children do not belong. We remember Michael Jackson. That's more like a perfect example. Michael Jackson always talks about how much he loves kids, and that's because he became a child celebrity as early as 6 years, and where he became the lead singer of a band group that was owned and managed by his father. From as early as 6, his innocence was stolen. He could no longer behave like the kid that he was, and this turned his life upside down. So almost every decision, lifestyle, choices, ideology was strongly influenced by those who managed his talent. Having a mind, a voice, or belief of his own became a major challenge because he had to align with what they said. After all, he was only a product that they had invested in, and so they must reap what they had invested into him. So let's move to the next one. And this is the fact that a child celebrity is more like a tool that is used to achieve something. Either used to achieve a parent's dream, money, influence, and or used as a source, as a major source of income for the whole family, just like Regina Daniels. So a child celebrity would forever miss out on their childhood, on the naivety, on the innocence, on the playfulness, on the mistakes, on the errors and trials that comes with childhood. They would rather, because they are busy catching flights, signing deals, hanging out with adults, living a life that is only expected of an adult. So they gradually begin to display a high sense of maturity. Yes, smartness, seeming wise, and then we begin to say that they are too little for their grown minds. Have you seen kids that will say, "Oh, this child behaves so mature"? Are they really mature? And yeah, we begin to also excuse them when they make decisions. So someone comes and say, "Oh, they want to marry someone 2 times their age, or someone who is older than their father," and you say, "Well, it's their life, it's her life, she is mature." Are you sure they are mature? Are you sure they are mature? Or what is happening is that they have been exposed, and so they think that is what they want. Yes, they think. So we say they are mature. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. There is absolutely nothing wrong with them displaying such behavior that seem like they are mature. There's nothing wrong with that. Because what is happening is that they are actually making decisions from other people's experiences. Yeah, they are making decisions, and most of these other people around them are adults. So they are making decisions from other adults who are around them. So they are only displaying mindsets that they picked up, like I said, that they picked up by their association with the adults around them. Every human, every child needs to fully experience their childhood stage, so they don't begin to carry a void, a pain, a lack in their lives. And remember, the childhood stage is the shortest stage of a human's life. So it's barely from 1 year. No, it's barely from, because 0 to 3 is a toddling stage, is this toddler stage, but from 4 to 18 is the childhood stage, and that's the shortest period. That's barely 14 years. After that, they have the whole years in front of them as an adult, and then move to an elder. So let's now talk about the double-edged sword of early child fame. So we'll have exposure, we'll have experience. Yes, that a child is exposed doesn't mean that they are actually experienced enough to make life decisions for themselves? Are they? Are they? Are they? Let's find out. Exposure refers to the access to public, to fame, to popularity, to spotlight, to opportunities, yes, to even people. So, and this exposure brings fame, it brings influence, what is it? Brings influence, but this does not exclude harsh realities of hate, of trolls, of cyberbullying,